Self-Facilitation with KI. So what's coming up is, while trying to do a task that is not necessarily my strength or a skill, I don't know, I've been feeling really, really, really emotional. Just my, I guess, lack of guidance and inability to do or to move forward with the task had stirred something that I want to look into. It's really, really alive here. It's an emotion in my throat. There's almost like a nauseous feeling in my belly. There's a kind of like a choking sensation in my chest and throat, and a contraction in my throat. And there's sadness, so there are tears. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just get in touch with what it is really about, because it's not about what's going on right now, that's for sure. It must be an old energy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a boomerang, imagining this scenario of me trying to do this marketing campaign and not understanding. Oh, there you go. Just not understanding somehow triggers. Okay. Not understanding. There's some sort of a memory coming up, or just like a faint feeling of school days, especially back in USSR, and where things were really harsh. And my first 2 grades were there. Not really being supported by my mom. She was always busy, and our dad was just there but absent. So anyway, just getting a feel of that energy pointing back to that period of time. So not understanding. Let's see what else. So what does that situation say about me? What does it mirror back to me about myself? Okay, I'm dumb. I am slow. Have a hard time understanding. I just don't get it. So what does it say about me? What does this mean about me? I am unsupported. And somehow that comes up, this is all my fault. Okay. So I'm going to reread this and see which one has the strongest resonance in the body or Velcro. Excuse me. What? I need some tissue paper here. So this is all my fault. I'm unsupported. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm slow. I'm dumb. Not understanding. This is all my fault. I don't know, the energy actually is calming down. Just gonna get in touch with it if I can find that. There's a general feeling in the chest of, okay, what would it say if it had words? I'm tired of figuring out. So I'm tired of figuring out anything else it would show. Anything else you want to show or say? I'm not made for this. Anything else? Anything else goes with this? It says I wish I was free. Didn't have to work. Still have no idea what this is about. Who or what is this about? Funny. There was a memory of a first job I hated. Well, not a first job. I did work as a babysitter and I loved it when I was young. But then the first kind of mature job when I went back with my first serious partner, the father of my first child, to Israel. I went from Canada. He was deported from Canada and I flew with him to Israel and we had to work and well, he didn't work. He was just doing some crooked stuff, but I went to work. His mom actually asked in the company she was working for to hire me, and I was hired as a toilet cleaner. I was 16 years old. Gosh, I hated it. Huh. Oh well. such a trapped energy. I'm just feeling it right now. There's a lot of tears and emotion, just kind of feeling her pain. I love you. I see you. You're welcome to be here as long as you like. Wow. That had to be felt, huh? So full permission, of course, to feel whatever is arising is just that compassion towards the energy, that 16-year-old trying to fit in the world. Doing a job she hates just to survive. Wasn't that long. I probably worked there 2 months or so. Couldn't do it. Interesting how things are connected. So this, I'm not supported. I'm dumb. Relates to that. It's amazing. Yeah. So all these pockets, right, of unprocessed pain that have to be felt, that have to be looked at. And interestingly enough, I was yesterday. I was I'm playing tennis. Well, here in Mexico, I was able to take on again 20 something years later. So I used to play tennis seriously, competitively since I was 10 to 15 when I was in Israel, living in Israel, growing up in Israel. And I was so engaged, I was so in love, I was so like completely obsessed, so to say. I was just 24/7 on the tennis courts, basically. And my mom, back then, it was just, my mom was a mother alone, so she was always working and busy, and she never had the time to see me play. She never saw me play ever, winning competitions, losing competitions, anything. So just talking about energies of how things have to really be felt to be released, and they have to be acknowledged, so they have voices. These energies, these stored energies, they have voices. They want to be expressed, they want to be witnessed, they want to be held, they want to be seen, they want to be liberated. And yesterday playing tennis, and for the first time, it's been a month, I've been practicing 3 times a week or so with a group of adults, and I do take very affordable private tennis classes here on Fridays. Anyway, all that to say, I'm still don't feel like confident enough that I kind of got it back to really start playing games. But yesterday, in the class, I was playing a game with this woman, an elder woman that been playing for many years. I mean, she doesn't have the technique, but she's really confidently good at it. She just gets the balls in. So anyway, and it was interesting to see how I lost the game, and already losing towards the end of the game, it was really almost zero. It was actually 6-1 that I lost. And towards the end of the game, I started to feel this energy, and at some points I could convert the anger and the frustration into actually putting it into the game and into the play, and it would get like amazing results. And then I would lose it back and be overwhelmed with this kind of emotion. So it was interesting just to inquire right away when I was walking back home and just getting outside the courts, and just feeling this energy. And I was like, wow, right away, I could feel this is such an old energy that I'm meeting right now again. And it was the energy. I didn't need to inquire much, just from awareness, you can kind of see what's going on. And just because you do, I'm just so used to inquire or do boomerang or just being familiar where it's coming from, like right away, the whole system is kind of like attuned to listening acutely to where this emotion is coming from, what's going on really underneath. And it was interesting to see right away, it was just an image that flashed, that it was this pain and frustration that had to be felt in this mature body, in this mature awareness or whatever, wakefulness, of the 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 13-year-old, whatever, 12-year-old, all these years that I played and that I won competitions and nobody ever acknowledged it. And that I lost games and nobody was there with me. And that was, in that moment, I was able, as presence, as this aliveness that we are, I was able to be so tenderly there for that energy. Like, I see you. I really see you. I hear you. I'm totally here for you. And that's all it needed. That's all our children actually need, is just being there, acknowledging their existence, acknowledging their emotions, acknowledging their frustrations, acknowledging their reality, really. Listening to that. Being the loving presence. KI gives us the opportunity to be the loving presence to all these childhood ghosts we carry around, we walk around with. The ones that sabotage our experience. That same energy prevented me from playing tennis for 20-something years, because I was very frustrated when we moved to Canada. All of a sudden, my mom was not able. I was not angry towards my mom, but my mom was not able for me to continue playing tennis the way I used to because of financial situation. We were immigrants in Canada. And in Canada, tennis is for the rich. It's very expensive. At least to train so professionally, the where I used to train in Israel. So these energies, right, can sabotage our experience. That prevented me from playing tennis for all these years, because I didn't need to play anymore competitively when as an adult, but there was always an excuse why I can't play. So anyway, all that to say, all old pains must be felt again. All old pains, fears, frustrations, anger, confusion, anything, fear, anything that has been repressed has to come to the surface once again, to be felt consciously, to be experienced in awareness consciously. Okay. So yeah, be honest with yourself, with your experience. KI doesn't really have to take a whole day or whole hour or full session. It really, sometimes it takes just 5 minutes, 10 minutes to really be with experience, ask a few questions, and really sit with the pain from the past. Be able to hold it tenderly so that it can also relax finally back into itself, back into source. Okay, take care, meditate, inquire, live from the heart. Much love.